What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to y'all with another video. We're going to talk about the Orlando Magic have made multiple moves right now, whether it's signing Dewayne Bacon to a 2-year deal, James Ennis to a 1-year deal. Then you also got Michael Carter Williams coming back, but you also got a 4.12-year deal for Gary Clark coming to the Magic, who has really been an interesting player because of his length and his mobility, but hasn't really been able to pan out the other skills of his game. Not a great three-point shooter, not a great mid-range scorer, and not the greatest finisher. So he's a guy that you still have to develop. He's a guy that has upside that hasn't been able to reach it just yet. Only problem is the Magic hasn't had a great development of their young players, so I don't really think that that's going to change too much. But you still take him to see what he brings to the table and what he does. They had James Ennis before, it didn't really work out the way they wanted it to, in my personal opinion. But Ennis is a guy that can guard multiple positions, play multiple positions. They looking for more wings, and he does solve that problem. He isn't the greatest wing, isn't the greatest shooter. Still doesn't really have much outside of that. Not the greatest mid-range guy either. Not the greatest finisher. And not going to play significant role in this team and not going to get significant minutes. Michael Carter Williams fit real well with this team. They took a gamble on him a couple years ago, and he ended up being a good fit for them, giving them size and ability to switch and guard multiple positions. They found a way to utilize him the right way, and they said, why let him go when he fits our culture? He fits what we're trying to do, and he plays well and has accepted his role with this team. And you're not giving him a long-term commitment, and you're not really paying him anything anyway. So why not have a guy that fits and have a good rotation player for the cheap, but can also contribute? And that's how I look at majority of these deals that they made, because I feel like Dwayne Bacon isn't the greatest player either, but he also isn't a terrible player. He's an NBA player. He's a rotational player. And I feel like all four of these guys can do that, but none of these guys really made them significantly better, and it hasn't really answered their problem. They need more scoring. They need more firepower, and none of these guys getting signed solves that problem, but it does give them more wings and more depth, and that's something that they had to fix coming into free agency too. But they need shooting, they need scorers, and these guys are not going to get that done. These guys are more seventh or eighth guys on the bench, and they are going to be that even on this team, and that's all they really did. They still need to make a big move to bring somebody in that can really put the ball in the basket if they can't keep Fournier and these other guys healthy. And we don't know when Jonathan Isaac is going to come back, and he's a big part of their versatility and their defense. And the fact that Mo Bamba hasn't developed into what we thought that he could possibly become also hurted them, because he was another top lottery pick and he hasn't really become nothing special so far. Markelle Fultz has gotten better, but he hasn't shown that he's that franchise guard that they wanted him and need him to be. So a lot of this team is going to really depend on their young guys. None of these guys they brought in solved their problems, and their young guys are either injured or they haven't lived up to the potential of what they could or should be. So it's really on the Magic to develop the rest of this roster and the rest of these players, or they're just going to have to go back into rebuild mode and try to develop and find guys that can potentially be superstars, because this team has no superstars. This team has no franchise cornerstones, because I don't believe you can call Vucevic one. Even though he is an outstanding player, he isn't, a franchise changing guy. He's a good complementary player, a good, fundamental player, but, they only been a 7th to 8th seed at best. And they barely been able to do that because they haven't even finished above 500. That's how bad the Magic have been. They've been good enough to make the playoffs, but they're far away from being the elite in a championship team. And a lot of teams in the East got significantly better this free agency, and the Magic isn't one of them. So that's going to be a problem trying to keep that playoff spot coming into this season. So that's something to look out for if you're a Magic fan. I'm not too happy about these acquisitions, but I'm also not too frustrated because they still do got to fill out the roster. But none of these players made them any better than what they already was the last 2 years. And if I'm a Magic fan, I am a little disappointed about that. And I just got to be honest with y'all. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. That will also be in the description in the comment section below. You can buy merchandise just like this on my spread shirt. You can also buy merchandise just like this on my Facebook page. You can change the color of the logo that you want. You can pick the logo. They're all on display. You can also change the color of the shirt. You can also, pick the logo you want and change the color of that. You can also buy hats and you can put the logo and you can customize it the way you want to. You can mess with me. I need it shipped out to you. I also do offer videos every single day, whether it's free agency, trade deadline, free season previews, playoff prediction, top 10 lists, breakdowns of the legends, the players, and the rookies, and even summer league coverage. So if you love basketball and you can't get enough of it, this is the channel for you. I also do read every comment. I also ask if you don't want to buy merchandise. Another way you can support this channel is not only liking on Facebook, but liking this video and also sharing it. Liking and sharing allows me to reach more people. The more people that checks out the video and sees it, the more this channel can continue to grow. So that's a thing you can do just to help the channel out without really costing you anything but time. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. And at the end of the day, I will be back with more videos as I continue to try to cover all of free agency. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Quinn Wade, that's one losses. I'm gone.